Making a video about a 3 years old game is a very smart thing to do, right? However, when it comes to The Last of Us games, there is always something to say about them. They are sort of Christopher Nolan's movies in the gaming industry, as they are made with such a huge amount of attention to details, and the story in them are so touching that it literally makes people cry. Obviously, these games are not perfect. However, the scale of different emotions that they cause to people is fascinating. Personally, I have never seen anyone being indifferent about these games. When I completed the second game, I was so impressed and devastated at the same time, so I immediately started looking up what others think of these games, and it appeared, yeah, people have mostly similar emotions that I did. However, nobody mentioned a subtle feeling that I had throughout the game. When I was playing this game, I couldn't escape a feeling that this is the game that is playing with me, as it makes me to do things that I don't want to do and see what I don't want to see. I would like to dedicate this video to explaining why I feel like that. Note that this video contains spoilers, as I need to reveal certain details about the plot. So if you haven't played this game yet, think twice before continuing watching. Obviously, it was clear that the developers would kill Joel in the second game. And you know that right from the start, right from the first launch, right from the moment when you inserted a disc into the console. The main question is, when is it going to happen? And the bizarre thing is that it happens right in the beginning of the game, and you can do nothing about that. When you see wolves for the first time, you immediately understand what these people are here for. And when you see Drew coming inside their hut, you just can't believe it, although you know that this is going to happen. On one side, there is a total awareness and understanding that this is an inevitable fact. On the other, there is a strong denial that this is going to happen now and there. The game just smashes your face against the wall of bad expectation that you know for sure would happen, and there is no way to stop. Though, despite such a harsh start, the first part of the game, when you're playing for Ellie, has nothing special in this regard. However, everything changes when you start playing for Abby. I believe the very first feeling almost everyone had is a strong reluctance to play for this character. She killed Jewel with a fucking golf stick, and you suggest me to play for her? Are you crazy about that? When I got control over Rebby, I was so sure that it will not last long, maybe an hour or two, and then everything will get back to Ellie. My brain didn't want to give her even a single chance. It was so against playing for the killer of one of the most beloved characters of the series. But as you may probably know, the more you play for Abby, the more you get attached to her. You understand her problems, her drama, and when she comes to the theater that Ellie and her friends use as shelter, the least thing that you want to do is going inside, because you know what's going to happen. You know it will not end up well. It's so cool that developers in a few hours make players to move from a feeling of hatred to the compassion and understanding the character. Though this would never compare to what happens next. The game just gives you a pistol and says, chase and kill Ellie like an animal. Oh my fucking god, are you serious about that? I won't lie, I feel admiration for Naughty Dog for putting players in such situations. You just feel pain when you move forward, and you don't want to do that. You know Abby, you know how hard her life was, but you also know Ellie, and you know that this is a mistake. You don't want to do that. At some point, I was watching another person playing this game, and at this very moment, she said, I will not play any further. Well, actually, she did, but you see what feelings this moment evokes in people. And when all the horror seems to be behind, and all the characters have a nice family life that they dreamt of, there is something that makes them continue, and you hate that. Ellie has nightmares, and even Tommy, who was a rational character in the past, are now obsessed with revenge, and this makes Ellie go look for Abby. At this moment, the only feeling that I had was, no, stop, this is enough. You have already suffered a lot. Do you really want more? The finale of the game is just a pinnacle of a feeling, what the hell am I doing? When the final fight happens, it's so hard to click the gamepad buttons. You just feel heavy stones attached to your hands. When the fight is over, it may seem that here is it. Here is finally what you wanted this game to make. But the only thing that you have in your mind is no.